Okay, so I pulled a card for us today for this auspicious occasion. Let me change my screen to gallery view. There we go. Is that obnoxious, my salt lamp?
No. Oh, no, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't want anything obnoxious happening. So I thought, well, this would be a really good time to see who would be guiding us today during this time.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
I pulled a card from Kyle Gray's Keeper of the Light.
Okay.
I think you have this deck?
Nope, I don't have that deck.
Okay. I love this deck. It teaches me a lot about Ascended Masters, which I know very little about.
Oh, cool.
So I pulled JoAnn. And they tell you how to pronounce his name for us ignorant Westerners, which I am. So JoAnn,
I like that.
who I never heard of. And it says Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness.
Ah,
So if I may read,
yeah.
it's not too long. And again, I asked, who would be here to guide JoAnn and I today as we undertake this new venture. JoAnn, known as the Tibetan, is a Tibetan Buddhist master. He is said to have had many incarnations, including as a devotee of Buddha himself and as one of the 3 wise men who honored the baby Jesus. Through
Wow.
his earthly experiences, he has learned the importance of spiritual practice and discipline and knows that the path we are on unfolds over time. He is now helping light workers follow their dharma, which is a Sanskrit word meaning right way of living. When JoAnn appears in a reading, he reminds you that your path is unfolding as it should. Take one step at a time and remember that your only spiritual function is to be happy. You are a powerful person with many lessons under your belt and a real capacity to share your wisdom with the world. Take the time to go over what you have learned recently, recognize the strengths it has brought you, and acknowledge where you have been courageous. JoAnn is now working with your angel guides to help your journey unfold like a beautiful lotus flower, one petal at a time.
Wow.
So I thought that was extremely appropriate. So I'm going to put him in a place of honor to watch over us today, behind me here,
Nice.
as we embark on our new venture.
Wonderful.
You look fabulous in blue, by the way.
Well,
I almost wore blue, but I thought I was going to go with the psychically disturbing orange. So.
Oh, no.
We used to, when I worked in mental health, we weren't allowed to wear bright orange colors or bright colors because it would agitate some people that were in the midst of a psychotic episode. So I never got to wear my favorite orange colors.
Oh,
So, I wear them with abandon now.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I've always liked wearing red. But I remember wearing it to work when I was working at the college in Grand Junction. I did their payroll. And I had asked, I was supposed to be getting a raise. And my boss came in and announced that a lady beside me got a raise. And I made a remark or two. And
No.
And it really upset him. Called me into his office and
wow.
And I gave my 2 weeks notice right after that. But yeah, he was embarrassed because I called him on it because I was supposed to be getting one, also. But I thought, oh, I shouldn't have wore that red blouse.
I was going to say, you got to tie this into the red blouse somehow.
Right, because red has a tendency to upset people sometimes,
Anger, right? Passion.
Right.
What color blouse was the lady that got the raise wearing? Do you remember?
It was not red.
You're right. I love it. Of course not. Oh, well, you're one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And I know every time I tell you that, you get all like, blushy and humble and all that, but you're pretty incredible. I've known you for what, about a year and a half now. I consider you to be my mentor, which is a great honor. I just started calling you that without your permission, and I was like, okay, she'll tell me if she doesn't like it.
I've been called worse.
Right, right, right. And I don't know what I would do without you during this spiritual awakening of mine. Um,
Oh,
and
thank you so much.
our conversations, which we don't have nearly as frequently as either one of us would like, are always very enlightening and fun. Uh, there's a lot of laughing and sometimes swearing, so we can be very real at times. But last week during one of our many conversations, you brought up a concept to me that I had no knowledge about. And I really want to hear more about it. Universal substance. Is that the phrase?
Right, right. And thank you. Thank you for all those kind words. I'm sure you know that you are extremely important to me also. And what we really started with was something you said. We were talking about manifesting, and you said imagination with intention.
And you said is manifestation.
Is manifestation, yeah. So, and that is, that's totally great. So, but I'm always reading, trying to learn more and more about how everything has worked throughout the years, because I think people were a lot more hands-on with this manifestation thing way back before us. And some of them still are over in the Eastern countries because they're not so bogged down with all of the world like we are. But so they were talking about universal substance, and what they're saying is that everything that you could possibly imagine exists. And it's in what you can look at it however you want to. You can see it within you, like a air-filled, or I'm going to say cloud. We've talked about the cloud. And it's filled with absolutely anything that you could possibly imagine. And that's called universal substance. And that's how we can manifest anything we want.
How?
And so I've read this and I've repeated it and I've worked on it. And it's like, oh, I'm not getting it. So the other morning, as I was meditating and thinking, I thought, okay, I'm going to go into the universal substance. I'm going to see what it is. I'm going to state what it is I want and just see what's going on. So I did that, and I was thinking about this school, I believe. No, home. It was my new home on the ranch. And I realized, because they had said, you visualize it, you see it in the universal substance, and then you focus on it long enough to bring the vibration of it to a lower vibration to where it can manifest on Earth.
All right, slow down, whippersnapper here. I have questions. Can I interrupt you?
Yes.
Okay, because if you need to go out and complete that thought, I'll shut up.
Well, I will complete that thought. I will just say, so how did it look when it was at a higher vibration? I could see through it. Because it was a higher vibration. So I focused on it and tried to bring it into a solid picture. Now you can ask questions, and I may not have answers because that's what I got.
This is incredible. So that's incredible. I have so many questions. I need to start jotting them down, because then I get enthralled in the next thing you're saying and I forget the first question I had. So the substance, is it God?
Yeah, it's energy, principle, and that's what God is a principle or an energy, a vibration, vibration.
Is it the original vibration that we all come from?
Absolutely. And that's what we all are. We're all that original vibration. Everything is that.
We all have that in us, and we're in this body as a vehicle to navigate in this lower vibration earth plane.
which is simply a more dense form of all that is.
Oh, wow.
It isn't like we're just got a piece of it. We are the all. We are the vibration. We've just taken that vibration down. Like, let me,
Okay.
maybe this will help. My sister one time was out at the ranch by herself and she gets scared out there. But anyway, someone came to visit her. A man, but he wasn't a real man, okay? He was
Spirit.
from the other side. But his face kept melting. And he said, you don't understand how hard it is to maintain this heavy of a vibration
Okay.
when we want to meet with you down here.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying we're totally vibration.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So you can see through it in the other dimension. And so when you say to bring it down here, what throws me, because you say a lower vibration, and we're all working at raising our vibration.
Right.
So this is a nuanced difference. And I like the word density.
Right.
And the fact that you could see through it. So we need to make things less dense.
Right. Until, especially since this is where we're at right now, we're raising our vibration, but we haven't raised it to that point yet. So we need to bring the vibration of something we want to manifest physically to the vibration that we are at.
So it's coherence. So there's coherence and alignment for it to manifest. So this is different though, because when you say lower your vibration, I get worried that we're talking about, when my vibration is low, that's because I'm sad or there's fear or so this is not that.
No.
This is a totally different.
Yeah, and there should be a better way to say it perhaps, but you're bringing it to the vibration you're at.
What you're talking about really is physics,
Really?
And I think that's why it's, yeah, I know you hate reading physics. You're like, I don't need to know that. I already know it all. But, and those words are just, and you don't say it arrogantly, but you're like, I have no desire to read that. I can't get enough of it because for me, I've always looked to the outside world for confirmation. And if I can blend science and woo-woo, I love that. And that's exactly what this is quantum physics.
Okay, and that's what we need.
Yeah, that's what
people to put it together like you do. And that's really funny because I watched a recording by Sai Ma last night.
Oh yeah, the one you shared with us. Yeah.
Yeah, and she said quantum healing is taking hold now. So everything's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything's happening now. In this one moment, because there is no time, which is a whole other episode, right? About
right. But it is true because so many people don't want to take that first step, or even when we're talking about shining your light or manifesting or anything, it's like, well, someday that'll probably be possible. No, it's possible right this moment because we've got the power. We weren't stuck here on this planet and some big judgmental guy said, there you go, let's see if you screw it up or not. That's not how it went down. So I lost my thought.
That's okay, because
catch it, would you?
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So I have a little bit of a segue. I have so many questions, and I don't want to go on a tangent. I want to kind of try to keep on topic. So, is the universal substance, the I am, the one, God, is it consciousness? Is this
Yes,
all the same thing?
it's
And
all the same.
within that, whatever we're going to call that energy, is all information that ever was, is, and ever will be. And we can access that if, well, why didn't you accessed it because you raised your vibration and went into it. Why didn't you just stay there and manifest from there? Why do we have to bring it down here?
Well, because that's where I want it. Is because that's where I'm at right now, is here. I want to bring my house to where I'm living. I don't want to move there, not right now.
And when you say you want to, you're manifesting your house on the ranch, my inner DJ has been really busy today, which is unusual. Songs, waking up with songs, crazy songs I'm singing all day. And I'm like, give me a home where the buffalo roam. And that's going, and I'm not going to sing it because you don't want me to. That's all I can think about when you say.
And that song comes into my head most every walk at the ranch in the mornings.
Really?
Because guess what I see?
Really?
That's actually where the deer and the antelope roam. And that's what I've got on both sides of me, is deer and antelope every morning.
So I'm picking up on that vibration. That's yours.
Absolutely.
Buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they do play. But I won't get off on that tangent either.
You should sing that out loud.
I do when I'm out there.
Oh yeah, when nobody's
around. That's right.
Right.
I sing to the cows. If there happen to be cows around, I sing to all of them.
I love cows. That's another episode.
Yeah.
The eyes of cows, just looking in cow eyes. Wow. There's something spiritual there.
There you go.
Okay. So let's how do you practically then, so how do we tie this back to imagination, manifestation, bringing this down? So how do you practically, is it a thought? Is it an intention? Do you need to get to that higher vibration to bring it down first, or?
I think what happens, and I'm not an expert at this by any means, because if I go out there next week, that house is not going to be exactly the way I've got it pictured. But here's what I think has to happen. And a lot of these books tell you this too, that what's always been missing is the knowing that it's done. I think you have to, they say you don't have to do it once, but I have to do it more than once. But when you finally do it and you get it to the point where you think, yes, I know this is truth and it is done. And then you go about your life and you just let things happen as they happen. Like,
try not to think about it or obsess.
Yeah, you don't want to worry it to death. Where is it? What's going on? But all of a sudden you've got a contractor there that says, yeah, I can do this, or you just don't know how it's going to actually happen, and we don't have to know. That's not even part of our deal. The only thing we have to do is the magic. That's our part, and that's the outcome you actually want. That's the only thing that we have to focus on and manifest.
And then God or our co-creator, whatever you call that,
everything that works,
into place.
Yeah, because we're all magic, and then it just starts, all the synchronicities start happening, and there you've got it. You've created it. If you start with something like, maybe something a little smaller, like, say you need $100 now, try that to start with. You know, and then let it go. You have to let it go. You can't come out of it thinking, where is it? Where is it? And start looking around and stuff like that. You just have to get on with your day.
Because then you're attached to it. And
then you're attached to it. And that creates really heavy energy. That stops things from moving.
So that makes it more dense and slows everything down. Yeah, I felt that. It was like all of a sudden it went wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, right.
The attachment, yeah. Wow, yeah, I really feel that.
So it's getting into faith and knowing without seeing. Okay? You just have to.
Faith is. Faith is knowing without seeing, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's where we need to be. And we can do it, but it's like a muscle. You have to exercise it. Because this is something we've been taught for lifetime after lifetime. Once we get here, that this isn't the way things work.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we are coming back into who we are, and what's really nice about this time on the planet is we've got so much assistance because of all the light that's being sent into us on top of the light that we're shining out. Once it clicks, we're going to be superpowers.
So we have about 5 more minutes to wrap this up. And what I would like to do is hear from you. I would like to know what the good news is today.
I was just going to say, let's end this up on a good news thing. You know, yeah, I just had a
good news
talk with somebody else that had won a little bit of time with me on a giveaway that we did. And it is amazing to me to hear the people that are working on their spirituality and stuff, how once they start talking, they know how good this is right now, that everything that's going on is leading to something better. Mm-hmm. You know, and she teaches small children, and she's ready to go out on her own because she knows these children, they don't ever want to be back in a classroom. They need to be outdoors. You know, and I see in some foreign countries and stuff, that's where they teach their children, is outdoors, in the woods. Right. We are coming back into contact with who we are by getting into contact with nature, by becoming familiar with truth, because we know the truth within us. And we're getting braver and braver about honoring our truth and our intuition. And as we do that, and as we shine our beautiful lights, which is the power that we are put here with, and it's tremendously powerful, we're going to attract more and more people just like us. And you can see, if you're in meditation, you can see the planet lighting up.
Right.
And the Schumann resonance, I do not understand all that, but I do know it is off the scale with heavy light. You know, it's all this, there's a lot more of this shining the light going on than people may know. And if someone thinks, well, it's just me, what good can I do? Oh man, it is just you, and that you're that special, and you need to shine your light. And that's what you probably came in here to do right now. If you've even got an idea to that on that subject, you are here, and it's time for you to do what you came here to do. We are walking in, you know, we get sad because like anything else, we're losing something familiar. But if we could just visualize what we'd like to see it look like, it's going to be like 10 times better than that. And we'll look back and we'll say, why was I dragging my feet? This is what we're all about.
Because it's so dense here.
Say that again?
It's so dense here. That's why we're dragging our feet.
Right. But we know at some level that is done. And here we are. This is what we came here for, is to watch this, to be a part of this ascension process of the Mother Earth and all of us who want to ascend with her.
It's very exciting.
It is. It's extremely exciting.
The biggest thing that attracted me to work with you, JoAnn, was how positive you always are. And your book, which I know is in the second edition now being published, um, is incredible. You know, in the face of everything we see and hear, and all this fear-based, you are such a positive, bright light. I just love that about you. And it makes me feel so good. And we just need to get this message out more and more and more.
Thank you for that. And yes, the more of us that know this, the quicker it's even going to happen. And we're going to start seeing things that show us all this too, you know, that people can physically see.
Right.
You know, like maybe doing away with all the student loan bills.
Yeah, now it's just practice. You know, we've talked about
Right.
mortgages and all that debt. And now, you know, my intuition, my channeling was that this is practice for when it really happens, and how are we going to reset our money system and the economy. And
Right.
that's some of the good that's going to come out of it.
Right. And look at what nice things people are doing for each other, and businesses. Some of
Right.
the businesses are actually doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're seeing how quickly things can change. And you know, a lot of people say, well, yeah, everything took a dive. Yeah, but if that can happen that fast, how fast can we come up into a world that we really and truly want?
Right.
You know, people are saying, oh, we want to get back to normal. No, we don't. No one wants to live payday to payday. No one wants to work more than they get time to be with their family or get to play. Nobody wants to bury their dreams until they retire, and then by then maybe they've lost sight of their dreams.
Right.
We can have it all. We can have it all if we all just take back our power. But in the truth of the matter, we're responsible for one person, and that's us.
Right.
Ourselves.
Right.
But gosh, if we can spread the light and it helps people to wake up to know what they want, what a gift.
I love it. Do you want to take us out in a meditation?
Yes, I'd be happy to do that.
Good. I was hoping you would say yes, because if you said no, I'd be like, okay, that's it. All right.
I was wondering if I had an option there. Kind of felt like I didn't. This is just going to be a short one. Keep our time going, or keep us timely. So if everybody will it's always nicer if you close your eyes, just simply because I think people visualize better that way. But if you take a few deep breaths directly into your heart, because that's where this new world is run from, is the heart more than the mind. And as you're taking these deep breaths, make sure that you're solidly grounded. Feel your feet on the floor. And then take another deep breath, and you'll see a light starting to shine through your heart. And whatever color it is, that is your heart light. There's no right or wrong. It can change at will, but just whatever you see. And so as you're breathing deeply into your heart totally fills with this light, and it overflows into your entire body. And from your body, it creates an entire orb around you. And you begin to float upward in your orb of such beautiful heart light. And you go up until you can look down and see our entire earth. And as you look at it, you can see points of light. And so we're going to go a little closer, and you're going to see those points of light get larger and larger and start spreading across the entire planet. And as you watch that, you also see a grid. It's called the flower of life that is laying in this beautiful light that is shining upon the planet. And any little dark spots are suddenly totally assimilated into the light. Now, fear cannot live in the light. Neither can virus. Neither can dis-ease. So now you can see the entire planet is engulfed in this beautiful light. We're going to go a little closer to where you can hear the music. There's music coming, different kinds of music coming from all over the planet. And as you zoom in, you can see people dancing in the streets. You can hear the laughter. And you can notice that every person is also enveloped in the beautiful light of the Christ. You're witnessing paradise. Paradise is what is happening on this planet this very moment. And it is with us shining our light that makes this happen even quicker. But we've got light coming in from different planets, from different galactic beings. This is a global, a bigger than global event. This is a universal event. And we're part of it. And right this moment, you get to see it. You get to see the end result. So take another deep breath. Bring this picture right into your heart. And keep it there, because that is what is. Let's take our bubbles down, come back down into the space where we started. All the while being totally saturated by your own light, by the light of the planet, to where your heart feels big, filled with joy, filled with love. And that's the mantra. That's the mantra. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am. Another deep breath as you come back into yourself. Knowing you've got an additional beautiful earth within you. It is done, and so it is.
So it is. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Namaste, my friend.
Namaste.